Hello, this is Gemma from the Crafty Little Gem. I am an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator based here in the UK. Thank you for pressing that play button today. Please consider subscribing. And today we are making a little box for some tea lights. So in this is two gorgeous smelling tea lights. One is gingerbread and the other one is a mulled wine. This is a really nice alternative to having crackers on the table or just a little gift for somebody. I've decorated this up in two different ways, so a bow or a little poinsettia. The candles are these ones, and I got them from my local shop very cheaply, 50p for a box of 12, so I didn't think that was too bad. I had then got 12 presents for my friends. So this is my instructions. Again, I haven't made a mock-up. Well, I have, because it's I've made 11 of them already. This is the last one that I need to do. And this is obviously all my measurements and everything for these tea lights. So it does hold 2 tea lights. It will also hold mints, little things like that, little knickknacks. So to get us started, you will need one piece of cardstock that measures 3 7/8 by 6 5/8. You will get 3 of these out of one piece of A4 card. So on the 3 7/8 side, we are going to score at 1 1/8, and we're going to do that on both sides. You can do 1 1/8 or 2 3/4. I like to just do the 1 1/8 on either side. We're then going to flip it to the 6 5/8 side, and we are going to score at 1 1/8, 2 3/4, 3 7/8, and 5 1/2. So we'll pop that out of the way. We will then fold and burnish on all of those score lines. Like so. And we're going to do a little bit of cutting. So grab your snips, and this is how we're going to cut. So with the long side facing you, you're going to cut up the first score line and wedge out. We are leaving this edge. Cut up that score line, and we are going to wedge out of that side. We are just cutting straight up that score line and leaving it. We're cutting up this last score line and wedging out. We're going to mirror this side from what we've done on that side. So cutting up that score line and wedging out. Cutting just straight up that score line. Cutting up that score line and wedging out. Cutting up that score line and wedging out from there. So each side mirrors itself. So then what we're going to do is we are going to glue this together. I am using my Tombow glue for this. The sides that you've actually cut out, this is going to be your base. So add a little bit of the Tombow just to those squares, and then you can bring them in, and with the line, because you've cut it straight, line it up with the top. And with that one, you can line, as long as these two here, you can't see very well, I'm really sorry, as long as they don't go over the top, your box will be straight. Bring both of those in, because we're doing the other side. And that is straight, like so. So that's your base done. So again, you've got 2 corners left for the top. Add some glue, fold your box as though you're doing it up and your corners in, and then you can bring the sides in like so. Let that sit for a bit just to adhere into place. And lift it up and we have a little, well, it's a little miniature pizza box. So the next thing that we're going to do is we're just going to chop away some edges. So I've got my long scissors and I am cutting from this corner where the box is joined in the middle to this outer corner at the top, and fold it over, and you're doing it the other way round like so. So you're chopping off those edges, so we now have a slanted cut across. The next thing we're going to do is do the DSP. So I have cut a strip of 1.5 straight down one piece. So the first thing we're going to do is cut a piece that is 1 inch, bring that to the side. We're going to cut another one that is 1.5, so that will be 1.5 squared, like so. And then you're going to do another 1 inch. After that, you're going to cut 2 more at 1 inch. And these will be the sides. I'll just move that over to one side so you can still see what we're doing. So I would like it to be that way. I've got a running pattern. So I'm going to start with this front bit here, which is going to be this one. Take your DSP, apply your glue to the DSP. This mainly is said for the people in my classes. If you put your glue onto the card, you don't really know how far around the edges to put it. You can pop your lid back on, pick your next bit up, make sure it's running in the same pattern, and attach that to the lid. Then the best thing to do is just turn that on its side, add more glue, make sure your pattern is still running, and pop that onto the back. Lift the lid off and you can attach these 1 inch sections to each side. Like so. Make sure they're straight. And I've just got a little circle punch here. It's a 5/8 circle punch. I'm lifting the lid up and I'm just going to pop it out of there. So then when that is down, you can actually just see the red through the bottom and it becomes a thumb notch. Pop your little candles in. Pop the lid back on. And I've got some of the Stampin' Up! Retired ribbon. And I'm just going to do a bow. And I think you just keep pulling it tighter and looser to where you want it to be. That's about what I want. I do keep mainly some of it on the spool because then you are literally just cutting off the bit you need on one side. Add some Tombow and lay that on top. Pop that out of the way. Oh, There we go. And I'll bring the other ones in as I've decorated them. And there you go. That is a nice little box for just a little candle. Hope you enjoyed it, guys. I shall see you for the next tutorial. Bye bye for now, and thank you very much.